because of President Trump.
This coal mine might get by for now on exports, but the closure of the Paradise Power Plant is still a huge hit to the regional economy. Curtis McGee is the judge executive of Muhlenberg County.
The last thing you want to happen is for a steam plant to stop burning coal. In a coal-producing county, in a county that has been relying upon coal for so many years, I don't know how our community will recover from that.
McGee says when the plant closes, the economic impacts will ripple across the region, far beyond the coal industry itself.
Because it takes trade workers to keep that unit up and going. For example, it takes iron workers and boilermakers and plumbers and pipe fitters and carpenters and Teamster truck drivers and electricians, and the list goes on and on. So it's, again, a big hit to us. I think everything from the dollar store to the timber industry is affected by this unit closing down.
And while few people here want to see the coal industry disappear completely, some say the local economy has long been too dependent on a single industry. Peggy Williams grew up in a family of coal miners and became the regional president of Old National Bank. As coal continues to decline, she says, more change is coming for Western Kentucky.
And we think that change can be for good. I think that you'll see that our culture has changed in the next 5 or 10 years, and that will be for the better.
Williams now chairs the board of the Muhlenberg County Alliance for Progress, a local economic development group. The group is trying to attract new employers to the county, promoting industries besides coal, like the local lumber mills and nearby aluminum and plastics factories. Williams says she can't imagine there being a time when there's not a need for coal, but that Muhlenberg County's economy will have to diversify in the next few years nonetheless. And she's optimistic that it can.
The people that are here love the community, and so they're resilient. We have a lot of pride, and so we will look for ways to keep ourselves strong and viable.
We had all of our Easter eggs in one basket, if you will.
Gary Jones is the director of the Muhlenberg County Alliance for Progress. Decades ago, he left a young career in teaching to follow his father's path into the coal mines.
And so I went to the mines, and by doing so, I actually, my salary my first year in 1975 at the mines was about 2.5 times more than what my teaching salary was.
He was laid off in 1992, 2 years shy of the 20 years he would have needed to work to get full retirement benefits. But Jones has fond memories of his time in the coal business.
I'm sort of one of these dress-up guys that, you know, kind of clean cut. Everybody, my wife couldn't even believe, so you're going to work in the mines, but I did like it.
What did you like about it?
I think the difference of just being outside, not being confined to a room or an office all day or a cubicle. I like the freedom of that, and I did different jobs, so the challenge of doing something new, learning something new. I don't know, it's just something, I guess you grow up with it, and Muhlenberg County people, we maybe look at it a little different than other folks, but I'm also realistic enough to know that coal will never play the role in Muhlenberg County as big a scale as it once did. I would like for it to, but the possibilities of looking at that realistically is probably not going to.
Jones and Peggy Williams are planning for the likelihood that coal will never sustain the economy in Muhlenberg County the way it did for decades. Their group, the Muhlenberg County Alliance for Progress, is working with the local high school and community college to develop vocational training in other careers, like nursing and welding, trying to give younger generations the kind of economic mobility they once had in the coal industry. The Rogers family, too, is considering steps to make their business a little less dependent on coal. Just down the road from the active mine that's upping its production for exports is another one of their properties. 2,000 acres that were once stripped bare for a coal mine, but have since been reclaimed and planted with grass, alfalfa, and clover. On a recent visit, we spot birds, butterflies, and a coyote roaming green fields. And, Jim Rogers says, there are other people interested in this land, including a solar company. John Rogers says coal will always be a part of Muhlenberg County, but if someone wants to build a solar energy farm on top of this old mine, he'd welcome that too.
What better place for it to spring up than right here on reclaimed ground, where you can see the Paradise Power Plant in the distance right there. You know, what better place for the next era, next step.
For Here and Now, I'm Chris Bentley.
I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County?
Here and Now.
Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away.
This is 90.9 WBUR. It is 74 degrees in Boston at 1:50. Coming up at 2 o'clock on Fresh Air, looking inside Kim Jong-un's North Korea in a conversation with Anna Fifield, Beijing bureau chief for the Washington Post and the author of the new book, The Great Successor. Join us at WBUR City Space this Friday, June 14th. TV writer and YouTube star Zach Sherwin hosts The Crossword Show with 3 local comedians trying to solve a crossword live on stage. You'll find details at wbur.org/cityspace.
Funding for Here and Now comes from the listeners of WBUR Boston. From Enanta Pharmaceuticals of Boston, developing treatments for liver diseases and viral infections, including non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, or NASH. Observing International NASH Day, June 12th. More at Enanta, ENANTA.com. And Noom, offering a personalized weight loss program that uses psychology and small goals to change habits with the goal of losing weight and keeping it off for good. Learn more at Noom, NOOM.com.
It's Here and Now. A story we brought you months ago is trending again on our website because, well, it's working. The story is about the revelation in February from the FBI that convicted serial killer Samuel Little, serving 4 life sentences for murders in California and Texas, made a jailhouse confession of more than 90 other murders over several decades in 19 states. If true, the FBI says he'd be the worst killer in U.S. history. Little also made jailhouse drawings he said were 16 of his victims, and police released them, hoping the public would help identify them. We have the pictures at hereandnow.org. They seem to have worked. In May, prosecutors charged Little in the deaths of Mary Jo Payton and Rose Evans. On June 6th, he was charged in the killings of Anna Lee Stewart and an unidentified woman, all 4 from his native Ohio. John Caniglia is with the Cleveland Plain Dealer. John, what's been the reaction there?
A lot of people are stunned that a person from Northeast Ohio